Ultra-lightweight backpacking is a completely different mindset than any other type of backpacking or hiking you may have done in your past. The reason why I prefer it is less is best. To show up to your campsite not completely beaten up is an amazing feeling, number one. Setting up your campsite quickly where you can go out and scout your area and do what you like to do. I myself, when I'm at camp, I like to scope it out. I like to scout, see what's going on, see what kind of animals are around. I'll play with a bow drill or a hand drill. I like to practice my survival skills. I like to be close to water. I like to see what kind of life is in the stream. Practice snares, different things like that. Now, that's not everybody's thing, and that's fine. But if I show up to camp totally wasted, I want to do nothing but just sit on my butt. So that's one of the really nice benefits of ultra-lightweight camping, backpacking. Another thing is injuries. If you have any injuries, I have a bad hip injury that it happened when I was doing triathlons, and it constantly nags me if I'm hitting it hard, if I'm running for long distances, if I'm hiking for long distances. If I have a heavy pack, I am SOL. I mean, it's bad. I'm in so much pain I can hardly sleep sometimes. So that's another reason. I like to do an average of 6 to 8 miles. That's kind of like that's where I'm comfortable. There's guys that do 15 all day long, and I was one of those guys at one time, but not today, due to some injuries. That's another reason why I go ultralight. If I can go further, faster than if I had this heavy pack. And something to really think about with ultra-lightweight backpacking is that, you know, the gear is delicate. There's no doubt about it. Sill tarps, they're strong, but they're not as strong as your big tent. Like I've got a Bullfrog by North Face, and I've got a bunch of other equipment that's, you know, really bulletproof stuff. But, you know, I really like my tarp. People say, oh, the tarp, the bugs, oh, you know, insects and animals, and, you know, it's just never been an issue with me. If I go to a particular buggy area and I know it's going to be buggy, if I'm going to go late summer, you know, I will take an ultra-lightweight tent. I have a Spitfire UL, it's a single man, I'll take that. Or if I'm going to go out with a buddy, we'll split up a tent and we'll take that too. But for the most part, I really enjoy my tarp. Tarp camping is just amazing. It just makes you're just so much more a part of everything. You look out under your, it's just great. It really is. And there's ways around the bug issue. At night you can use a thing, I think it's called Equinox, makes this thing called a mantis. It's a bug netting that drapes over you. You can get a good night's sleep without bugs, you know, gnawing on you at night. And, you know, but I've never had that problem. I use a quilt now. I use a Winter Mamba by Warbonnet. It's an amazing quilt. I'm a cold sleeper. I tried the 20-degree bags. When I'm up in the Sierras, I just got cold. I just did. I'm sorry. That's the area I'm gonna be comfortable. So I'm gonna get. This thing has a ton of loft. Maybe not that much, but it's got a lot of loft. It's really, really comfortable, and it only weighs like 2 pounds. And it's a quilt, and I like the quilt because I can stretch out. I have the ability to get really warm, tuck it all in underneath me, and I am toasty. I'm telling you, I tested it this last winter, and it was well below 30 degrees, and I just wore what did I wear? Polypropylene full face with a polypropylene hat. I was fine. I didn't get cold, but it was amazing. I like the flexibility of the quilt. I like the movement that you can have in it. There's just many things that are just amazing. Kind of getting away from even my cooking. I have a jet boil. I have a Crux UL. I like my alcohol stoves. They're just lightweight. I got one right here. This is one of my favorite setup, little hide-and-can pot set. I mean, this thing weighs with the fuel like 8 ounces. It's just awesome. If you look at my other video, you see how I made this thing. And I've used up some of this fuel. That's about 5 ounces. And got all my stuff in here. It's just, you know, I like to just keep it simple. This is my spoon from Wendy's, free. And basically. And this is my stove. So it's super lightweight. It works amazingly well. Check out my video on my Heineken pot set. You'll be amazed. It's just a really, really cool stove. My other one you saw in the video was polished. This one is not polished. I'm going to get around to polishing it. Anyway, so just, just give it a shot. Try it like a couple night thing, go light. Just get rid of some stuff. You don't need it. People say, oh, well, going lightweight is really expensive. Yes and no. Go take a look at some of my lightweight shelters. A space blanket tarp shelter. People say, well, that's pretty fragile. You could have an issue with it. Okay, if you're worried about that, then try a Tyvek shelter. You can make those things dirt cheap. There's guys on eBay that sell Tyvek, just Tyvek ground cloths, and you can so easily just take some Gorilla Tape, make some grommets, and you have yourself a nice tarp. There's ways around it without spending all the money. Now you don't have to kill yourself to go light. Anyway, I'm going to be coming up with some really interesting stuff in the future, so stay tuned. Thank you so much. Please rate and comment. I like to hear what you guys have to say. I learn a lot through people that tell me what they do, and that's kind of like what it's all about, sharing ideas, learning from each other. All right, you guys have a great day. One of the coolest things you can take out with you. Lightweight, non-corrosive, plastic. Doesn't sound as good as the really nice harmonicas, but it's a cool little thing to take out with you. $500 in that big Tijuana vacation getaway. Name Post your comments. Hey guys, Big T. Just want to talk a little bit about that. What is that? Hey, Big T here. Just want to talk to you guys about ultralight backpacking and why I prefer it over traditional backpacking. I don't prefer it because of all the updated high-tech stuff that involves the basics, basically the basics, right?